March 2020, the month that the country stood still. Just a year ago, we entered our first lockdown, and what an extraordinary year it has been since then. Some people say that life will never return to normal. At Compton, we don't know what the future holds, but we know we will continue to be here for everyone that needs our help. In March 2020, we closed all our shops. Volunteers temporarily stood down, staff began working from home, and we cancelled all fundraising events. But one thing never stopped. We never stopped caring. While many places were shutting their doors, we opened ours. All clinical staff were deployed to our inpatient unit and community teams to keep our vital services running. We created a second inpatient unit and increased our support to the district nursing service. Anyone we couldn't see in person, we were there for over the phone or on video. Staff from every part of Compton stepped up, making beds, preparing food, staffing reception, you name it, they did it. The community overwhelmingly supported us, dropping off treats, food, PPE, toiletries, pyjamas, chocolate, masks, kit bags. The list goes on, and we'll be forever grateful for that support. We spent Thursdays clapping for our hard-working staff. Our wonderful supporters took part in the 2.6 challenge when the marathon was cancelled. The dancing bin men kept us smiling, and our virtual quizzes were hugely successful. All of this kept vital donations coming in. Maybe we could live happily in this new world. Maybe we'd found a way of coping and living alongside the virus. Unfortunately, this vigour for life was quickly dampened as April saw the highest death rates since the beginning of the pandemic. Our staff began to struggle with the pressure, and on top of this, a PPE crisis meant we weren't sure how long we could support our patients for whilst protecting our staff. We will be forever grateful that the government, the NHS and Hospice UK supported us with additional grants and helped source vital supplies. Somehow, despite horrific figures of COVID cases and deaths, the summer saw life return to some sort of normality. We opened up shops, we launched the Family and Support Service to help families coping with COVID-19, we opened our Care Coordination Centre, and we began to carry out fundraising events. Despite the virus, we managed to open our flagship store in the centre of Wolverhampton, our Retail Plus store. But it wasn't long until the virus reared its ugly head once again. The November lockdown saw us close shops for a second time. Staff were furloughed, and we came face to face with the reality of a significant financial deficit. How would we ever pull through this? The answer came in the form of our Christmas Like No Other campaign, and what a campaign it was. The campaign absolutely smashed all expectations. It was a true example of the community coming together to support us once again. And to top it all off, we received 2 awards at the Black Country Chamber of Commerce Awards. With the new year came a new lockdown. Lockdown 3 has undoubtedly been the hardest on Team Compton yet. Our doctors, nurses, carers and all frontline staff are tired, and they have worked non-stop, yet giving up was never an option. Throughout the whole pandemic, we have continued to be there for the people in our local community living with incurable illnesses. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Vaccinations, increased testing, more understanding of the virus. This past year has been an extraordinary time, but we have extraordinary people at Compton who have made sure our most vulnerable are looked after. For as long as we can, we'll continue to care. Make sure we're here for years to come by continuing to support us.